Hello, I'm Marla from Inward Office, and today I'm going to take you through a short chair yoga sequence. And I'm going to have us start with some deep breathing, and then we'll go through some exercises that help us maintain an upright posture throughout our workday. I think we all know that when we're sitting at a computer, we get into this slouchy position, right? Where our chin begins to jut out, we elongate in the upper back, we have no curve in the lower back. And so when you're sitting at your desk next after this class, I really want you to evaluate how you're sitting. What's the dominant posture that you carry your body in throughout the day? I know for my husband, who is the person in our family who sits behind the computer the most, we've adjusted his chair so that he sits a little bit higher up on his chair so he has a better alignment of shoulder to elbow to wrist. Okay, so lifting himself up on a meditation cushion, so it's a firm cushion, has helped him have a better posture. It's really hard when the desk is up higher to maintain an upright posture. We end up slouching, okay? So think about that. When you're at your desk next, how is your posture? Can you maintain the shoulder, elbow, wrist alignment? Okay, so coming to a comfortable seated position here with the feet under the knees in line with the hips, and the shoulders over the hips. The crown of the head is balancing over the shoulders. If you're unsure if you have this alignment, just lean back, lean forward. Find the place that's in the middle. Come to the center, close the eyes. If closing the eyes is not comfortable, you can have a soft downward gaze. Bring one hand to the belly. As you inhale, notice the pressure of the belly against the hand. As you exhale, feel the hand press against the belly. Breathing naturally with no pushing or pulling. Inhale, naturally expanding the belly. Exhale, naturally contracting. Rather than holding the belly tight, it's important to us in a gentle hatha yoga class to let the diaphragm move naturally. On an inhalation, the muscle of the diaphragm presses down into the abdominal cavity. Exhaling, the diaphragm muscle lifts back up, letting the abdominal cavity draw in towards the spine. You can tighten the aperture at the back of the throat, making a light snoring sound, or even like a Darth Vader sound at the back of the throat. Some people call it the sound of the ocean. Tightening up the aperture in the throat creates a sound that the mind can focus on. And that can be very useful when the mind wants to run amok, going forward into the future, reminiscing about the past. And in our yoga class, we want to bring our mind into the present. Last breath here. Dropping the hand. And then here, what we're going to do is just some gentle arm circles. We're going to turn the palms open to in front of us. Inhale, lift the arms up. Bring them together. And exhale, draw them down through the midline of the body. Just beginning to warm up the shoulders, the upper back. You may notice the desire to slouch. And sitting upright is not how you dominantly sit. And do your best here to actually sit away from the back of the chair. We're not going to lean on the back of the chair. We're going to try to use our own muscles to support us. And then with this next one, we're going to keep the arms overhead, pressing the hands together. Notice the desire to lift the shoulders up and keep them pulling down, even bending the elbows. Press the hands together. And then bring the arms together, those forearms, and draw the hands down. So this can be challenging. Okay. If you have your breasts in the way, that's a very normal experience. Okay, and then bring the hands together and the forearms together, pressing. And then we're going to keep them going all the way up, trying to hold them together, and then separate the hands and come into cactus arms. Squeezing through the rhomboids, the back of the body, drawing now the elbows into the sides of the body, and then rotating the arms together. Inhale, bring forearms together, lift up. Exhale, cactus arms, elbows draw into the sides, squeezing the rhomboids, and then palms together. A few more times. Exploring this motion. It's natural to feel shaky or uncomfortable as you do some of these new movements. Just be aware that these are very good, diverse ranges of motion that we want to walk the body through. So it doesn't calcify in any one position. And a last time here. Drop the arms, shake them out, move them around. And then just pause for a moment, maybe with the eyes closed, and notice the effect of just those small movements. I notice some new sensations in my upper back. And maybe you do too. Okay, we're going to do another movement with the hands. We're going to press the palms together. And here we're going to press each of the individual fingers together. So pressing the pinkies, putting as much pressure against each other as possible. Pressing the ring fingers, press, 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 press. Middle fingers, pointers, and thumbs. And then pressing all the fingers and the lower edge of the palm all together. And then releasing, shaking it out. And now take the arms out to the sides. I'm going to adjust my camera here. Take the arms out to the sides. Oh. And here we're going to lift the fingertips up as though we're pressing two walls out from either side of us. And you notice for me, I need to keep a little bend in my elbows to be able to lift my fingers. If I straighten them, my fingers kind of go to diagonal. So I'm going to keep a little bend and try to keep them lifting vertically towards the ceiling. And then down. And then up. And down. And then taking them out naturally, reach the arms back behind the body as far as you feel comfortable. Squeezing between the rhomboids. And then bring the arms together in front of you. Okay, we're going to cross the arms. Try to cross all the way up to the elbows and then bend the elbows. Backs of the hands face each other. Now you can stay like this, or if you have a little bit more flexibility, you can bring the palms together, breathing. Again, that motion is take the right arm on top of the left, crossing at the elbows, bend the elbows. The elbow is tucked inside of the other. Backs of the hands are together, cross the wrists. And then release. So I did right arm over left, crossing the opposite way now, bending the elbows, backs of the hands face, and cross the wrists. If this is uncomfortable or you can't hold it, you can always just have the backs of the hands facing one another. Or another variation is just to grab the shoulders, the elbows on top of one another. And then gently release. Move it around, shake it out. All right, we're gonna do a couple of twists here. So sitting straight up, inhale the arms up, exhale, twist to your left, bringing right hand to the left knee and the left hand behind you. Turn to look over the left shoulder. Make sure the crown of the head stays over the tailbone. We don't want to lean too far forward, become concave, or lean back. And then inhaling the arms up. Exhale, twist the opposite way. Noticing here if the knees come out of alignment. Sometimes we move the left knee forward when we're turning right. So sitting up, chest popping out, left hand is on the right knee, turn to look over the right shoulder and hold on to the back of the chair, or the side of the chair is also equally good. Inhaling, bring the arms up. Exhaling, bringing them down. We're going to do a couple of side bends. As I mentioned, this class is really great for your posture. So we're stretching the muscles that get tight when we sit all day and that inhibit, if they're tight, they inhibit your deep breathing, okay, which can send your body into a stress reaction if we're not able to really fully breathe. So here we're going to focus on side bending just through the rib area. Okay, so the hands are on the top of the head. We're going to bend, focusing on just the rib area, breathing. So we're calling this a thoracic side bend. One more breath. And back up. Other side. And back up. All right, and now a fuller side bend, which you can do standing or sitting. And so that I use my obliques, I'm gonna keep the hand dropping, but you can also support yourself using the side of your chair. So I'll do this at a little angle. So I can support myself, extend my right arm straight up, bend to my left, or I can let the hand dangle. And then turn to look up underneath the armpit, keeping both buttocks on the seat evenly. And then inhale to come back up, release the hand. Holding on to the right side, extend the left arm, or let the arm dangle. Inhale to straighten, exhale to bend. Both buttocks firm on the seat. Turn to look up to the ceiling. And inhaling, come back up, gently release the hands. All right, we're gonna do one more short exercise. And then if you want to try legs a little later, we'll have another video on doing some leg chair-based, but easy to do in the middle of the workday yoga poses. So the next exercise we're going to do are some pelvic tilts. So generally, when we're sitting, we should have an arch in our lower back. For some of us, we don't. Pelvic tilting, we're gonna tilt the pelvis. So if there was kind of a string at the belly button, we're gonna tilt backwards and then pull that string forward, tilting the pelvis forward, tilting back and tilting forward, tilting back, tilting forward. So we're gonna time this with breathing. Inhale, and the pelvis tilts forward. Exhale, back. Inhale, arching forward. Exhale, tilting back. And you can see I'm getting my arms involved. I'm sliding my arms back and forth. And it's getting more of my spine involved in this movement. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. If you want that smaller movement, you can maintain an upright posture and simply roll the pelvis. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. So a lot of the movements in yoga are related to spinal health. The nervous system is, the health of the nervous system is a very large component of how we teach in yoga. So although there's many styles out there, maintaining nervous system health, balance in the body, techniques to decrease hyperarousal in the response system, the nervous system response system, all of those are kind of common components. So I'll come back to the center. And then I think our final one, I'd like to do one thing with the legs. We're gonna open up our knees wide. We're gonna make sure that the ankles are under the knees, hold on to the thighs, and as you exhale, fold forward. One thing that does happen with our constant seating position is the inner thighs get tight, the outer thighs get tight. And something that I've learned recently is how weak my gluteals are. So from overstretching the glute muscles in a seated position, I'm actually weakening them, creating less stability. So keep holding the pose, bending forward. You may find that you just need to rest your elbows on the thighs, and that's enough of a stretch. But you want to get to that place where you're feeling a stretch, but it's not too much. And then slowly release, inhaling to come up. Oh, and I just can't resist. We'll do one last one. Okay, so this one I'm going to show you from the side. We're going to exhale and bring the knee into the chest with an upright posture. And this might be as far as you go. Otherwise, if you want to go a little further, hold on behind the thigh and extend the leg out. And you can play around with this, just holding the leg in, and that's enough. We're continuing, extend and drop, extend and drop. And then switching sides, bring the leg in, extend, and drop, or simply hold it. All of these poses are meant to be done in class for added support, but they've really been created so that you can take them into the laboratory of your life, that you can use them on a daily basis or many times per week so that you can bring balance more regularly into your life. It's not just enough to practice once a week. We have to maintain consistency, especially if we're undoing bad habits or trying to reprogram ourselves to have more healthy movement patterns. So just to end here, I'm going to have you bring one hand to the belly, one to the chest. And I'm going to send you on your way, but please do 2 minutes of breathing on your own, focusing on that tactile feeling of breath in the body, breath that you can feel in the nostrils, breath that's constantly renewing your body with life-giving energy. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I'm Marla from Inward Office. Have a wonderful day wherever you are.